Yellowstone universe is continuing to expand, with Taylor Sheridan doing his best to avoid finishing the original series and instead focusing on releasing spin-offs. Even though there's nothing in this world that brings me more joy than criticizing this particular choice of Sheridan, since the prequel series has been quite successful so far, I can't help but get excited with each new announcement. Especially the latest announcement of 1944 made me really hyped up for what's to come in the franchise, as I believe this show will be the one that will determine the future of the Yellowstone universe. In 2024, there are 4 Yellowstone releases that we're expecting. The first one is the final season of the original series, of course. The second one is the second season of 1923, which will be epic. The third one is the first sequel series of the franchise titled 2024. And fourth one is none other than 1944, which seems like yet another prequel show, but in reality, it's way more than that. Recently, Chris McCarthy, the CEO of Showtime and MTV Entertainment Studios, shared his excitement for the franchise's expansion, stating, "Leveraging the momentum of 1883 and 1923, our upcoming projects, 1944 and 2024, are set to embark on novel and captivating narratives." Under Taylor Sheridan's visionary guidance, the franchise's intricate and engaging storytelling continues to resonate on a global scale, cementing its status as an international cultural sensation. The studio will do its best to make the best out of this franchise, especially after the ending of the original series. And 1944 will be the one that'll determine whether the franchise will further expand or not. In reality, what's in store for the newly announced Yellowstone prequel remains somewhat speculative. One theory is that 1944 might explore the lives of Spencer and Alexandra Dutton, played by Brendan Sklenar and Julia Schaefer, in their later years, or possibly introduce viewers to a new Dutton lineage. Another theory is that it'll be about Jack and Elizabeth Dutton as they raise the son of Spencer and Alexandra, who will eventually be the father of John Dutton. Regardless, with the storyline potentially set against the backdrop of World War II, the era could significantly influence the narrative. We will witness all the changes that the World War caused in the U.S. through its impact on the Duttons. We'll also see what kind of environment in which John Dutton II was raised, which had a major influence over the upbringing of our beloved John Dutton as well. Now, the reason why I believe 1944 will be the one that'll determine the future of the Yellowstone franchise is that it'll be a real continuation of a story that we're already familiar with. Since we already know and love the prequels, it's easier for us to get hooked on 1944. However, if the show ends up becoming a flop despite this familiar aspect, it would mean that the ending of the original Yellowstone has truly damaged the franchise forever. This cannot be said for the new sequel series 2024, simply because it's a brand new concept that the Yellowstone audience has no experience with. This is why 1944 is the most critical release of the Yellowstone franchise in 2024, which will shape the prospects of the universe and determine whether there will be a new spin-off series or not. In other words, if 1944 flops, we might say goodbye to the Yellowstone franchise forever. We, as Yellowstone enthusiasts, will have to wait until November for the final episodes of Yellowstone. Meanwhile, production schedules for 1923 Season 2, 1944, and a new venture starring Matthew McConaughey titled 2024 are on hold due to industry-wide strikes, unfortunately hinting at a possible delay in their releases until the following year. Nevertheless, after 2 years of delays and disappointments, I believe Sheridan and the studio will do their best to release all these shows on time so that they can preserve their audience. But what do you think? Are you excited for 1944? Will you watch the series? Or do you give up on the Yellowstone franchise? Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you want to learn more about the Yellowstone universe, click the video on the screen. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.